What is going on, you guys? My name is Rage and I am back today with another video for you all. Very exciting day today, you guys. In today's video, I want to show you my playthrough and guide of how I was able to unlock, finally, Doom Campaign 1-9. In other words, the Negasonic node unlock. At 3 stars. So we're just gonna dive right in, you guys. My total team roster power is about 220k. So like as I've touched on in my earlier videos, these few nodes are the ones we can actually utilize the Avengers. So I'll just start with my roster here and then we'll dive right in. First and foremost, you guys, I do have Thor here at 45k, almost 45k here. As you can see here, he does have the 4 red with tier 11 as well as no T4s and any abilities. Keep in mind though, he is going to be doing a lot of DPS, and that's exactly why I put the level 2 striker ISO 8 on him. Level 2 giving him that additional 10% boost. Really, his God of Thunder is really what's ultimately going to give us that extra DPS and provide that sustainability in terms of damage, being able to take down the characters that we need down. Next, you guys, for tanking and soaking up damage, we are going to utilize Hulk. Thankfully, he is pretty accessible to a lot of players just because of the fact that he can be achieved through the daily objectives. I have him at almost 42k here. No T4s in his abilities, as you can see here. Tier 11 gear, similar to Thor. And as you guys can see here, I did put a level 1 ISO 8 for Fortify on him, just to give him that little bit of a buffer and shield, protecting him from damage. And he's really just going to be soaking up damage and really making sure that our team stays alive until the end of the node, just because this node is a little bit longer than the other nodes. Next, you guys, to round it off with energy and sustainability, we're going to utilize Captain America here at almost 41k with the 3 red stars. No T4s on his abilities, but Captain America is going to act as a pseudo battery for us. He's going to generate energy for our Avenger characters, as well as being able to utilize his shield throw here to take away buffs from the opposing targets. So we're going to utilize that for sure. Additionally, you guys, he's going to soak up damage with Hulk to sustain and keep our team alive. And as you can see here, that's particularly why we put a level 1 ISO 8 healer on him, just to be able to give that sustainability and protect our team additionally as well. And rounding off the Avengers team here, you guys, I am going to utilize Black Widow for a couple reasons. I have her at the lowest here at 33k. She's going to be utilized to provide a lot of speed for our team, you know. For her, especially getting the level 6 here, we get access to the speed up for 2 turns. It's really just going to give us an edge in terms of getting additional turns on our targets, being able to utilize her in that way. Additionally, you guys, I do have to praise the Widow's Bite. This is really timely. Her stun's really nice just to be able to give us a little bit of breathing room, especially if a character is getting ready to attack us or they're a high offensive target. Additionally, you guys, as you can see here, I do have her consistent with the other characters at tier 11. I did bump her up a little bit just to increase her health. And as you guys can see, I do have the level 1 skirmisher here just to be able to work hand in hand with Thor, especially with Thor's striker ISO 8, giving him that extra edge, especially if he can hit those vulnerable targets. Last but not least, you guys, I would say she is the key to all this. In order to unlock these nodes at a lower power, Invisible Woman is almost highly recommended and mandatory really required for this, just because she provides so much sustainability and healing, defense up, offense down, you name it. I have her at 58k with the 4 red stars, and as you guys can see here, I do have a level 1 ISO 8 healer on her as well, just to give that sustainability for our team. Additionally, you guys, I did T4 both her Bending Light special ability as well as her Psionic Shield ultimate. And as I touched on before, she's really going to be the core to this team and making sure our team stays alive. So let's dive right in, you guys. Let me show you the playthrough of the unlock here.
So right here, we're just gonna make sure we add Hulk to this mix here. And as you can see, I've put the tanks onto the right side there, separated by Invisible Woman, with Thor and Black Widow to the left, just to make sure that their damage is gonna be separated. Fortunately, usually the character in the middle actually takes the most damage, so that's why I have Invisible Woman there, just to kind of take the brunt of the damage, especially with her being the highest character on our team. So let's dive right in, you guys. Starting off, you can see that we're going to be up against a mixture of hand characters with 2 Psylocks. And right from the get-go, you see that Nobu actually summons the clones already. So right away, we're going to want to prompt all our defense ups, As you can see here, that's the reason we're going to use in conjunction with Captain America applying defense up, Invisible Woman applying offense down. So it's just going to work on our side in terms of having a double-edged sword of protecting our team. With Thor, I was able to take out the clones. That's why we have him here. He's going to be utilizing his AoE in addition to his retaliation strikes when they attack our Avengers. So right from the get-go, we do want to take out the Psylocks as soon as possible, just because they do a lot of damage. Additionally, we have to be mindful of Sentry, just because Sentry is able to shroud, right? So personally, you know, he's always able to get his ability right off, so we just have to kind of cushion the blow right now, protect ourselves. And this is the reason why we use Captain America first, because once his defense up expires, we can use it in conjunction with Invisible Woman here, hand in hand. And whenever you guys get a chance to use Black Widow, just make sure you know you're saving her stun unless you absolutely need it, because otherwise we always want a speed advantage over the opponents here. Additionally, with Captain America, just make sure you're using his shield throw, especially just debuff the enemies there, take away their positives. And right from the get-go, you can see here that my retaliation strike, once again, this is the reason we put the striker on Thor, right? He does definitely probably one of the most damage on our team. We take out Sentry there, and then now we can resume our attack on both the Psylocks here. Okay, that was a mistake on my part. I shouldn't have actually used my special, but I didn't see her dodge. Unfortunately, that was wasted. But again, whenever you can, just make sure your Hulk is taunting. In addition to Captain America also generating energy for our team. I do love the fact that, you know, Hulk, at least he can self-sustain and really cleanse all the negative conditions on him. And as you can see right there, with 14 out of 16 enemies left, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start attacking and weakening both Nobu as well as Psylocke here, just to make sure that we weaken this mob before the next wave. Seeing how Nobu is coming out with his turn, we're going to try a stun. Unfortunately, his power is just too high for us, so his resistance obviously is in excess of our focus. That's why that didn't work, but that's quite all right. We're just going to continually maintain our buffs using both Captain America as well as Black Widow, giving us that speed advantage, as well as always having a defense up against the characters in this node. So starting now, we can just go ahead and finish off these guys, just because they are lower health and damage. And then again, we gotta keep chipping away at Nobu. Fortunately here too, this wave we can completely wipe out before the next wave spawns, so that's kind of nice. We can really just take our time, build up our turn meter, get our energy up before the next wave. And then obviously we leave Nobu because of the fact that he can summon clones, and we can take out the clones before we actually resume attacking Nobu, just to make sure again we're saving our attacks, or building up our energy for the next wave. I didn't use Hulk there to taunt, just because there's the next wave is spawning soon, so we just in case, depending on what we see, maybe he has some negative conditions. That's why I did that there. Additionally though, I do see that my team's getting weaker, so I'm going to prompt Invisible Woman's defense up in regen. We definitely want to maintain our upkeep, right? Because in order to 3-star this, we need all our characters alive. And as you can see here, our roster does not have any revives. So that concludes the hand node, right? The hand wave right there, and that brings about Red Skull. As you can see, Crossbones, another Psylocke, as well as that pesky Sentry. So once again, we're gonna prompt the defense up, as well as the defense up as well as the offense down on their team. And with Invisible Woman and Captain America interchanging that, that's how we maintain our upkeep of that of those abilities, just to ensure we increase our overall survivability. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't think there's any way of avoiding Sentry's invisibility, just because, you know, he gets his move right off from the get-go, and it's really hard to take him down before he gets his turn. That's the downside about it. So when that happens, obviously we just need to maintain our defense ups, make sure that all the damage is going to Hulk as well as Captain America. And unfortunately, they get attacked. You know, that causes that retaliation strike, right? Just seeing that Crossbones is the weaker one right now, we're just gonna go ahead and attack him. Ideally, Red Skull should be the one that we gotta target, just because he can summon, he can provide offense up to his allies, but it was just not ideal, unfortunately. Okay, now that we have, you know, Crossbones being weaker, let's just take him out, get him out of our way. Beautiful. And now that just leaves 3 enemies left. We're gonna go ahead and finish off Psylocke here. But again, this roster combination is really good. I'm a huge fan of the reworked Avengers. The upkeep on all the benefits here, all their buffs. You know, it's too bad that we can't utilize. Personally, I'm a huge fan of Hawkeye, but I just didn't want to take that chance, especially when you're wanting to 3-star this. We need 2 tanks at least. You know, both Captain America and Hulk shouldering a lot of that damage just provides a lot of benefits to this team. Really allowing Thor to do his damage, being able to take out with a striker. Additionally, Black Widow and Invisible Woman providing maintained upkeep and support. You know, and that's really key here. Last but not least, that leaves the Red Skull kind of similar to the Nobu situation. Him being the last target, you know, we can go ahead, we can take away his targets now just because they are weak. And once again, similar to the last wave, we can finish this wave fully before the next last wave spawns. So really, we just want to kind of take our time here. I use the defense up and the cleanse on Invisible Woman just because you just never know what Red Skull is going to do, especially with him having some pretty significant damage, as you can see here, that he just unleashed on my Captain America. I'm not going to waste her ultimate just because the next wave is spawning. So once again, just keep maintaining Black Widow's special. You know, the beautiful thing about that is, like, she can actually maintain it almost every turn just because, especially if Captain America gives her the right energy, and it's a low cost too. So once again, he does summon his clones. We're going to finish them off just to get them out of our way here. And we're close here. We're close. So let's finish off Red Skull. Save our energy and skills. And then that's going to leave the last wave. That just did the trick right there. So last but not least, you can see that there's a double Crossbones, double Winter Soldier, as well as double Psylocke. So very straightforward. We've dealt with this before. Exception being Winter Soldier does deal more DPS than the previous targets we faced. So let's go ahead. We're gonna target both the Winter Soldiers first. And you know, this is where we have Black Widow's stuns very timely here. It was able to land and utilizing Thor as well. So that's how we were able to create this opportunity. Really good for us. I'm gonna go ahead and activate the defense up here, speed up, gain that advantage over the 10 enemies, right? Unfortunately, with Crossbones, you know, both of them having double taunt, we do have to kind of just survive a turn here. Hopefully you guys have enough protection in your roster to be able to kind of withstand the hits, because otherwise, you know, that's why we brought in both Hulk and Captain America. You know, really them shouldering a lot of damage, especially from high DPS targets, including Winter Soldier. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to finish off Crossbones in time before his ultimate, just because my focus is really taking down Winter Soldier. And that's the main reason I brought on Invisible Woman. Her defense upkeep, especially balancing back and forth with Captain America, does allow us to really shoulder a lot of damage, and that's really ideal. So right now, just seeing that I have an opportunity to use a stun here just to prevent some further damage on our part. I'm gonna go ahead and try to use that, and it did land, so that's good for us. Buys us a little bit of time here. We're gonna go ahead and finish off one Winter Soldier. I do see that Crossbone is weak too, so I'm gonna finish him off. And as you guys can see, that's only 4 targets left now. Once again, Invisible Woman comes in clutch, utilizing her special just to provide that defense up, regen, puts our weaker foes in the invisibility just to really protect them and shoulder damage. Last but not least, that leaves the other Winter Soldier down. And just seeing how the one of the Psylocke is weaker, you know, gotta be mindful of that. Unfortunately, she does have a dodge, but let's go ahead. You know what? Let's go ahead and taunt first just to make sure that damage is mitigated. But let's get rid of that dodge, and we can go ahead and finish her off just because. Oh, and I do have Thor's stun here, so that actually works out perfectly with his AoE, and that's the main reason we bring him on board too. That reworked Avengers is definitely coming in clutch for us. I've definitely seen countless players utilize the Nick Fury shield mix, and I do think that's a really good team combination for this node as well. But I think for people that are trying to progress, making sure that they just use a lower team roster than required, Avengers has always been in the game, and a lot of players already have access to a lot of them. So if you guys don't have time to get Nick Fury yet, definitely reworked Avengers, especially with the most recent legendary event on Invisible Women. That was able to allow me to 3-star and unlock the Negasonic node. So there you guys have it. A little bit longer than my other videos, but it needed to be detailed because this is the last node for Doom Part 1. So I'm gonna go ahead, finish off that. And as always, you guys, I do appreciate you checking out my videos and watching. And that concludes Part 1 of Doom. I am definitely gonna work on the next part, so keep that in mind going forward. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.